I don't know what the exact contract says, but
Not making NFT porn.
yeah. Oh my God, that's insane. What the hell? Jesus Christ, you sick fuck.
Bored ape porn. That's right.
We back. We black.
Yes, we are black and back. Both East Coast natives living in California. He's in LA. I'm in San Diego. Two somethings in a pod.
If you came for serious shit, and if you came to be educated, you came to the wrong fucking place, buddy.
Only on the Dom Jackson Experience. Are there pod ad libs?
Oh, we can make pod ad libs.
Scooby Doo.
Who's wow? What is that? Scooby Doo? Not Scooby Doo. You gotta make your own shit.
Wait, that shit that came out. Maybe like
no. I'm scared. I'm terrified.
Taha.
Taha. Is that like Tada? Yo, what's wrong with you, bro?
I haven't figured it out yet.
I gotta have a conversation with your parents, bro.
Oh man, I was bathed in acid as a child.
That's dark. That's dark.
No, not like acid, like LSD acid.
I don't know what's worse, bro. Yo, a bath full of acid, you just swimming in there, little baby.
It's like this is it. This is it. No, it. No, don't get my parents canceled. They never did that before.
Yeah, no, it's called
niggas don't believe that shit in these days.
pull up a cherry hill and be like, yeah. That's crazy.
Oh, fuck. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's how we started the pod, LSD and acid.
That's how we start. Oh man.
Oh,
we don't get no fucks today. It's gonna be a wild ride.
Oh yeah. And we back.
We black. Yeah. Two somethings in the pod. What two somethings in the pod? Oh, there we go. He got dance moves going too. Mm-hmm. Your favorite boys on the blockchain.
Favorite boys on the blockchain. Yes, sir. The reason why I'm doing these dance moves, a little bit of I went to watch a movie that I didn't think I was gonna like, and it was because I thought the main character that it was based off of was low-key stole black music back in the days, but he didn't. According to the movie, at least the way the story was told, he didn't really steal black music. Can you take a wild guess, as to which character in life I might be speaking of? Real life character.
That would be Mr. Presley for 500. Who is Elvis Presley?
Who is Elvis Presley? Yes. Yeah, so I thought that motherfucker was going around black neighborhoods listening to black music and just taking that shit for his own. Partially went like that, but it wasn't like he was just stealing it because he was trying to appropriate it. It was like he really grew up in a black poor neighborhood. Like it wasn't like, oh, he was like on the other side of the tracks and just wanted to come over and play with the black kids. Like he literally lived in that neighborhood. So in that neighborhood, he would hear like some of the like raunchy ass black music, fucking like sex making black music. And then he would also go to the church, the nearby church, and be hearing like black like gospel, the hallelujah shit, you know. And he mixed that shit into this shit, like those two cultures, and that's why he became Elvis. Buddies were like BB King and a lot of like the OG blues, this like deep black music, shit that people that I didn't even hear of before. So that's why he was the way he was, you know.
How did he invent the hip little like?
That's just the way he was, man. I think I do think though it had to do with the way he saw like black people move when they would do like, you know what I'm trying to say, like when like some of that music back then, the way they would move and shit.
Yeah,
fucking,
they would. Yeah, they had a lot more like, I don't know what you call it, but they were in it.
They
were doing the thing.
They were doing the thing. But that's the thing is that like when he first started doing that shit, like when he came out doing that shit, it was like he wasn't playing at shows where that was okay, and people had to get used to it. Like the people that he was with, even the people that he was like on tour with, had to get used to it. Some of them didn't, and they dipped. Like they weren't like, it was older people. They weren't down to be around all the gyrations and shit.
That's crazy.
Girls were going crazy over that shit. It was crazy. They didn't know how to feel, bro. They didn't know how to feel. They were like, "What is going on?"
It was like Miley Cyrus twerking on the MTV Awards, whatever year that was.
I'm gonna let you never compare Elvis Presley and Miley Cyrus ever again. Actually, you know what? That's fair.
Why the fuck is shaking hips a big deal? I guess it's just a cultural norm now, but it wasn't a cultural norm back then.
It wasn't a cultural norm because you're like, when you're shaking your hips and you're a dude, you're not just shaking your hips. You're shaking other things. It's like if a girl's like shaking a chest, she's not just shaking chest. She's shaking stuff that's hanging from her chest as well.
Yeah. So what about digital assets? That's also cultural changing things.
It's your fault. It's your fault. Why'd you let me dance? I would have never started talking about Elvis if you let me dance.
I never should let him dance. So we're 2 subs in the pod. Like I said, your favorite boys of the blockchain. I'm Dom Jackson of Day by Day Media, and
I'm Ozzy McIntosh of High Skies LLC, and also co-host of this podcast.
Yes, we're hostings, and we're dancings apparently too.
And we're dancings.
But hey, I like that. We're the dancings. We could have been some things and the dancings.
We could be anything. That's why we're the some things.
You can be anything. Anyway, yeah.
I just saw you like look off into the distance. You're about to go off. I'm glad you brought it back.
I brought it back to the real world. We're going back to the Elvis topic. It is crazy what things that are cultural norms at one point aren't cultural norms the next point. You know what I mean?
Yes. See,
for instance, the fact that the selfie was invented in our lifetime, like I feel like it probably already existed.
It did.
But no one called it a selfie then. It was just like,
this is correct. Yeah, people just like openly in the middle of nowhere, standing in a big crowd. Motherfuckers need to get past them, but they're like, "No, I'm gonna take a selfie right here because this is my moment. Deal with it."
Yeah, and like recording a video of yourself, just like doing like the concept of being like doing a vlog of just walking down the street of like with a camera and like taking photos of yourself. I feel like there was a time point where I'd be like, "What the fuck is going on?" But now it's like he has an audience, though. Like they're vlogging. Why are you not doing it?
Why are you not doing it? Yeah, front facing cameras, bro. I think that's where that's kind of what made it such like a regular thing, where it's just like, oh, you could just press a flip button because I can imagine before. I don't even remember what they used to do. Like, how the fuck did they record themselves?
A backward selfie? You just had to be like,
good.
That's crazy.
It's funny because the front facing cameras are still not as good as the back facing cameras today, and they got to figure that out.
You know what that means? Everything's better in the front. Everything's better in the back than it is in the.
Don't do that.
Back to NFTs. Oh fuck. Web3 NFTs.
Yes, sir. Yes. A lot has been going on. We're not gonna break news, but we're just gonna talk about a lot of the things that have been going on. There's been a lot of different events that have happened, but it's a lot of innovations as well. And then there's some bad shit because we're not here just to talk about just the fluffy side of blockchain.
Definitely not.
Blockchain is new. It's the Wild West. Motherfuckers out here getting wrecked.
We are definitely. I think we're finally hearing that the Wild West of NFTs, and I think we're finally hitting the NFT Winter.
Yes, absolutely.
They've talked about it for a while, like all the market being down and the lack of people buying projects, and where cryptocurrency is and space as a whole. It's just like
is this
that bear market?
Yes, this is a bear market for sure. Is this your first what you would consider your first crypto winter? Like, is this the first time that you were actually like a holder of something that had value tied to cryptocurrency, where now it's like you bought it at a certain price and it's like a little bit less or a lot less?
Yeah, it is. It's my first winter period. Like, I feel like I didn't really give a fuck about enough things with money until like I hit this stage that like I could even think about, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still like getting to my new level. So yeah, it's my first time watching the cycle of something go up and down, and
yes,
it's pretty exciting.
It's awesome. You got to strike
all the carnage,
carnage everywhere, bro. Celsius filing for bankruptcy. Celsius is one of those exchanges where you can put some money in and get like a crazy high yield. They didn't handle their stuff right, and they filed for bankruptcy. A lot of people are going to lose a lot of money. People have questions. They've been, I actually have them as an app. I never actually put money in there, but they've been pretty communicative about what's been going on since they started getting heat, I would say, because they weren't for a while. They were not telling people what the fuck was going on. Yeah, filed for bankruptcy, man.
You made the right choice on putting your money in there, I guess.
Yeah. I wanted to see what was going on. But I don't know, I probably could have made a little bit of money, but I would have lost a lot of money. So yes, that's
Tragique.
why you do your research, like we always say.
Yes, and also we are not financial advice or financial
Do,
people. So everything we say is just cool updates to our thoughts and jokes, but don't take anything as financial advice because we ain't them guys.
We are not
those.
those. We are not. Yeah, there it is. We ain't thems.
We ain't thems. We ain't thems. Yes, put that on a t-shirt. Also, like, subscribe, and share. Send this to your mom, auntie, and favorite cousin.
Yes, absolutely. We love to interact on all the social media platforms. Do not be afraid of us. We do look like two intimidating young black fellers, but we're actually very nice.
Very nice.
Yes, and we're very literate.
Did you say we ain't them? Fuck, I don't know. You just
we
said.
ain't thems, bro.
One thing I think people kind of want to know more about is what Web3 actually is. What's the definition of it? I know you took some time to kind of research and look up what that was. What did you end up finding for what Web3 is and what it means to the people out there?
Yeah, so this I actually have a tweet. So this is actually part of our new segment, Web3 tweets.
It's a tweet.
It is a
even
tweet.
better.
Yes, tweets from across the Web3 world and the blockchain world. So I'm gonna share my screen so the folks can see what the fuck is going down. All right. Yes, so we actually have a great tweet. This is a new segment of our podcast that we introduced last podcast called Web3 Tweets. Right. And crypto.eth. That's a great name, by the way. Shout out.
That is.
Shout out to David. I believe his name is David. Web3, made up of Decentraland. Wow.
Decentraland.
After I just told everybody that we're literate. God damn it.
Damn. Too much Elvis on the brain.
Don't do that. Don't do it to Elvis. Web3, made up of decentralized internet platforms built on distributed blockchain networks that economically incentivize participants to work together via cryptocurrencies, provides an effective solution to this problem in 3 ways. All right. So this is a decent explanation of what Web3 is, but the beginning part is what more it is. It's a very decentralized internet. The internet I mentioned before is overseen by a body called ICANN, ICANN, I think. And they basically get to decide what's the dark internet and what's not the dark internet. Like they get to decide that shit. Like Silk Road and shit, that's like the dark internet. Motherfuckers, doing not so great shit on the internet. That's the dark internet, like the black web. Yeah, the dark web, exactly. Now the dangerous part about Web3 is that there's probably going to be a lot more of that. But at the end of the day, they can't tell you that you can't post something, like they can't tell Elon that you can't tweet something if it's like on the Web3 internet. Like they can't tell him that, it's not up to any governing body. Nobody owns it. That's the main thing with Web3 and decentralization, period. It's what it's supposed to be, I should say, is that nobody owns it. Nobody oversees it per se. Like nobody's like the one person that could, or the one body that could be like, these are the rules of the internet. These are the rules of decentralized internet. Right. So there's no rules. It's basically no rules. And the main thing about how it's able to be that way is because of blockchain networks. Blockchain networks are not something that is like new to our time period. Actually, they've been around for a very long time. They've been used for different things.
That's wild.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody has an idea of who possibly could have been the one to create Bitcoin, but if it wasn't the first one, Bitcoin was definitely the most well executed cryptocurrency, and it was a great example of how you can have a distributed network of basically computers that would verify something to make sure that this person owns it or that this transaction happened from this wallet to this wallet, right? And then since then, it's been a bunch of different Ethereums, Polygons, and basically everybody has used Bitcoin as kind of like their like template, and then they've been like, okay, what do I like on this template? What don't I like? And it's kind of like how the tech companies did. Like, for example, like Facebook. Facebook is a good example of a company that was, what we consider to be the beginning of like a very strong social network movement with Twitter, MySpace. Or I'd say MySpace actually. MySpace was the OG for sure. And then people started to figure out how they could do MySpace better. And that's Facebook. That's how Facebook came about.
Shit up.
Yeah. MySpace was an alley-oop. Facebook hit the dunk. And ever since then, it's been a lot of players that want to play like Facebook. Like everybody wants to be like LeBron. Everybody else wants to be like Jordan. It's been a lot of that going on with
A lot of copycats.
a lot of copycats. Same thing going on in the decentralized world. Some of them are copycats that want to do good, and most of them, I should say, are copycats that don't. And we're trying to weed them out because everything is so new. There's still hacks happening. There's still a lot of, like skepticism around it because of those hacks. And not only because of the hacks, but because of the fluctuations in the cryptocurrencies themselves, the values of them. People are like, what really is the value of a cryptocurrency? It's like a big question that people outside the space ask. But yeah, Web3, man, is the beginning of something new. Let's just say that. Yes, say.
Web3.
Yes, say.
No big corporations or no big entities controlling it. It's controlled by people control themselves. Decentralized organizations, decentralized
Yes.
options,
Now,
and centralized life.
I will say a lot of the centralized platforms, the people that are involved in them that we know about, the Facebooks, the Twitters, they are the investors in a lot of these new decentralized projects, which also has brought some skepticism where it's like, are they going to try to influence it a certain way because of their own personal interests? So there's that. And I think for me, it makes it exciting because, you don't have to put money into the space. You could literally sit back and learn and watch stuff happen and then be able to make educated decisions afterwards, like you would with anything else that you like actually care about. But it's so new, so we get to like watch it happen, which is dope.
We're watching in first person, baby.
Yes, sir.
First person
in HD. I actually have another tweet about somebody that doesn't have that great of an idea of what cryptocurrency is, and they kind of made a little boo boo here. So I'm gonna show that one right now.
It dropped some Web3 hate.
Web3 hate, bro. I don't know what in the hell.
Let's see it.
All
We
right.
see.
I'm doing this
shit on this person. That's why watch your tweets out there.
Yeah, watch
you
your tweets.
might end up on a podcast getting ripped to shreds by two somethings.
Yes, I was just out here waiting for motherfuckers to fuck up on the internet, just waiting for you to fuck up. This man said, or a woman, I don't know, or whatever. Fred Brandt. Okay, let me put my glasses on so I could really see what the fuck's going on here.
We need glasses, Ozzy.
Only for a second. Fred Brandt Hadley. All right, this man said, sabotage the NFT economy by reminting NFTs that have already been minted. Now you can also have proof that you own precious monkey.jpg. That's actually funny. Permanently on the blockchain. The whole NFT economy is built on the honor system. The whole NFT economy is built on honor system. That's actually an interesting last sentence. He is incorrect. You cannot remint an NFT and not have people know that it has been minted already. That's not a thing. Because when you mint the NFT, it's there on the blockchain for people to know, especially if it's a big project. Like you're not fooling anybody, my guy. So no, you cannot remint an NFT. Maybe people have tried to do it and have been successful for small projects. Maybe like technically, if I were to mint an NFT, and nobody knew about my project, somebody can, I guess, screenshot my thing and then pretend like it was theirs. But I have proof time stamped on the blockchain that I was the first person to put out that image. Like
it makes no sense.
Yeah. So that is the power of the blockchain. So, buddy, you're wrong. Hopefully you see this because I'm going to tweet you. I'm going to send this to you. And it's an
this exact clip.
I'm sending this exact clip. No, it's no hate. I'm just trying to educate. And if he wants to have a educated conversation about it in public on the pod, we can do that.
Yes.
I'm with it.
I like to see it. Decentralized answers. There we go. Speaking of decentralized and remint and stuff. So over 18.5 million Ethereum-based NFTs have been stolen. A lot of them coming from the Bored Ape Yacht Club and Mutant Apes. A couple punks, I believe some moonbirds as well, and some akuzis, but they've been stolen. A lot of them have been stolen. And what has been happening is, if someone did sell it or someone did steal it, OpenSea has been putting, they've been because they're still on the blockchain, they know the ape is stolen, but they can't do shit because they don't know who actually has it because it's still the Wild West, like we were saying before. Oh, yes. You can't actually, OpenSea has them on the thing, so you can't buy and sell anything that's stolen that is known to be stolen on OpenSea. So you can have it listed on there, but it says suspicious activity or, not allowed. So Like it's there, it's you can see it, it's there, but you can't sell it on OpenSea.
Got it.
But you can go on like another platform and sell it on there. But OpenSea is the best one because it has the most people, because it's the biggest one, the most established one. So
Yes.
what the question is that people have been thinking about, even though it is stolen, which is like sucks. But the
Yeah.
being stole is on the fault of the person who actually owned it. Like if someone stole your car and they stole, I mean, it's different because it's Web3. I guess a car has a little more shit behind it. But like if someone stole your shit and then sold it, is it the job of the market to prevent it from getting sold if we're supposed to be so decentralized? You know what I mean? Like,
No, yeah, that's fair.
like homie said with the remint thing, like he didn't
Yeah.
remint. You didn't remint it, but you are using it again without having the proper process
Yeah.
going through it because you stole that shit.
So are these people basically taking it out of these people's wallets?
Yeah, so these things that were taken out people's wallets or stolen,
So yeah.
and then them trying to resell it. Now, should OpenSea be like, yo, you can't resell it, or should they be like,
There's a pirate joke in there somewhere. That's
hey,
crazy. Wow. So okay, so that's very different compared to what Homeboy in the tweet was talking about was basically copying an image off of any of these platforms and then trying to mint it either on that platform again or not. This what you're talking about is about somebody somehow giving access or giving up access knowingly or not to their wallet, and somebody going in, taking that NFT out and being like, this is mine now and I'm gonna go sell it. That's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah. And then like the question is, but do you think OpenSea should be able to be like, yo, don't do it? You can't, this is stolen shit. You can't sell it on here.
I think it's good for now, because especially with so much stuff going on and people wanting more security behind this stuff. I guess the problem is, how close are we going to get to like a centralized system where that's like something more of a centralized platform would do.
Yeah.
But also like they gotta protect people.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Is it?
It's a weird debate between two halves.
Now, if I was them on some capitalist shit, I would charge. That's like insurance almost. Like I would charge insurance I would offer the platform. They might go ahead and do that. I would offer insurance to everybody that's an NFT holder on the platform, where it's like, yo, it's like FDIC when you put your money into the bank and it's FDIC insured up to 250,000 or however much it is. Like I would offer that to the platform holders as a way of making income plus actually protecting the folks. And then I could see it making sense, where it's like, okay, if your shit gets stolen, we'll not only not allow it to be reminted or not even reminted, but like sold on our platform again. But like you said, they could technically sell it on another platform, right? Like depending on.
They could.
Damn.
So it ends up being like, is it worth the centralized debate? But I'd rather have them protect it for right now too, because I think it's still the Wild West. Like we don't want you thinking you could just steal shit and then sell shit on our platform. Like that's not good for business. That's not business. That's also a very, but at the same time, it's also a very centralized thing. Like nah, bro, you ain't selling this shit on here. Like you stole it, and we got the power still. So it's like as the things go and change, the debate between what actually is still like a centralized trying to do what it can to prevent things happening, and Web3 just being Web3 all the way. I guess as technology goes, we have more ways to prevent shit, but it's a good topic of debate.
Absolutely.
Especially with 18.5 million worth of shit totally being taken. Like that's a lot of pesos.
That's a lot of pesos, bro. I feel like there's a lot of that going on. Maybe not NFTs per se, but people are getting. I mean, it's been since the beginning of cryptocurrency. People have been getting their shit took. Give me that. That's mine now. Pirate shit.
Finessed. Give me that. Give me. Yo, Chris Brown and Elvis.
Don't do that. Wait, dance off? A dance off between Chris Brown and Elvis in their prime?
In their prime.
That's crazy.
The fact that we're having this conversation, it's a wild conversation, but it's the pod we started with. So now we just.
I could see Elvis's NFT. Don't do that. I could see Elvis's estate doing, if they haven't already, doing NFTs for his shit, because he's like, that's like Elvis is like IP. That's like Marilyn Monroe. It's like
that is.
It's like up there.
Andy Warhol, Banksy.
Andy Warhol. Yeah, it's up there. It's up there with that shit. That motherfucker, crazy man. Wildlife.
Yes. So, in other news, talking about wildlife, actually nothing to do with wildlife at all. But you can now buy now and pay later with for some Ethereum based NFTs. So you can buy
No, what?
yes,
Like
yes.
Afterpay for NFTs?
Yep. So you can pay
Wow.
go on a payment plan to buy an NFT, which is
That's
kind of weird because the way the prices go,
yeah. How does that work? So do you get to lock in at the price? You have to pay a
that's what I'm
certain.
checking
You have to
right now. According to the
pay a certain.
article, it's called Ape Now Pay Later. Runs on Ethereum. It's a scaling platform on Polygon.
Wow.
The founder of uh, Teller Finance. I'm sorry, Teller
Mhm.
Finance is the actual people who did it. But according to it's just that you can buy a way in. You can pay your way into the same way you would do car payments
Yeah.
and make your NFT payments, which
Hold
is
on. So
fucking
can you?
wild.
That's insane. So do you know? I know you said you just looked up, but do you know if you could? Do you own it and like at first payment,
I
or
think
is
they buy it and hold it for you, and then you kind of do it from there.
oh okay. So it's
Um,
oh that's dope. That's actually dope. So then you can't really fuck around and like not pay and then own it.
yeah, so
Then
you
you
got to
can't
make a
like
minimum down payment of 50%, depending on what
got it.
project it is,
Here it is.
and then they'll match the rest with the lender. So the actual company will match the rest of it, and then you kind of pay off the rest from your own. So,
Got it.
which is kind of fucked up because it's good, but then it's fucked up at the same time because if the market goes down and you have it at that price and they already put 50% in, it's kind of like
Fuck yeah. Damn. That's a risk you gotta take. So if it's like for whatever reason you have like some liquidity, now I wouldn't call them issues. You just have a liquidity like strategy that you go by, and you don't want to blow the whole thing on the. But then I guess so. Is it monthly? Is it monthly, weekly? Can you just is it just whatever amount you want to pay? Do they set the amount?
they didn't have that much on the article I
Okay,
read, but
I like the idea. I like the
the
concept.
idea is cool.
Yeah,
The idea is cool. Go on your NFT payment system process.
we like things that allow for more people to be like, oh yeah, I might take a chance on that. You know, especially if like 50% of like $50 NFT or like $100 NFT is reasonable. You know, to most people. But when we're talking about like a Bored Ape, you know, that might be it might be a little difficult to put
fifty
50%
thousand
down
dollars and shit.
for
Yeah,
for the
a
mass for
mill.
the for the general public. That's why there's only so many of each of the good NFTs. All right,
Yeah, the blue chip ones are definitely the ones you don't want to deal with.
blue chip
Um,
NFTs.
in other news, there is Logan Paul he bought the most expensive Pokemon card. I think it's like a
Definitely.
holographic Pikachu or some shit.
Uh huh.
Um, let me tell you exactly, but he made it to an NFT, which is fucking crazy.
He carries that shit
It's
around a lot.
the artist Pikachu. Yeah, he wore it for the fight or whatever, wore it on
Yeah.
his chain. But
Mhm.
the concept of turning a card into an NFT is kind of crazy.
It's crazy, huh?
Because I don't know what I guess because it's the Wild
He owns
West
it,
still
so
it's still like a Pokemon. It's still a
it
Pokemon
is.
card though. You see, he owns the NFT, but then it's still
It's the
Pokemon's IP. So
Nintendo, right? Nintendo's IP, basically.
yeah,
So,
but I guess he owns the
interesting.
card. It's okay. You see what I'm saying?
He might be testing some shit out. He might be testing the waters.
he just
I could
that's
see it
fun.
being an issue, but I could also see it being like I could also see I could also see like a collaboration between him and Nintendo coming because of it.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's just new shit. I didn't see anybody making it something NFT that's already doesn't exist is one thing, or making
Yeah.
new art or
Yeah.
combining something, but taking an actual thing and making an NFT of it that's already a thing. Even if you own it, it's like
Yeah, you didn't create it. You didn't even create it. It's just like it's something that's been around for so long. It has a lot of value, but you bought it and now you're like, "Oh, I'm going to make this into an NFT." That's crazy.
so that's another debate to kind of
Is it
the gray
chill? Is it
area.
not? Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
chill or is it not? We will fucking. That might have to be a segment. Our guys, bored and hungry,
yes,
are
yes, yes.
now in
The folks.
South Korea. There's now a
Hey,
bored and hungry in South Korea.
that's awesome. That's
Talk
awesome.
about the
How did
fucking range.
that's crazy range, bro. That's amazing. Worldwide, international. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, so if you want to get your apes fed ape food, get yourself a Beyond Meat burger or the fuck they call that shit.
Yo, listen. I'm telling you.
I'm
you
not
put
gonna
some
start
respect-
this right now.
Put some respect on the vegan name. First of all, I don't even think people know what Bored and Hungry is. So let's remind them what it is, please.
Yes, Bored and Hungry. Bored and Hungry is a that's not a franchise. It is there's a food group that Food Fighters U. Food Fighters U, Friends House, a bunch of people, restaurant group of people that
Yeah,
own
collective.
NFTs that are using their IP to make restaurants. So Born Hungry that we went to in Long Beach, California was one, the first one, and now they have a
Okay.
second one in South Korea. So kicking
Yes.
ass. And like we said in a couple pods ago, Snoop Dogg is doing his dessert one with Dr. Bombay. So
Hmm.
people that own apes are making moves and using that IP to make their own, essentially a restaurant chain,
Exactly.
which is
So,
pretty
and
dope.
the reason why I wanted Dom to highlight this one is because we want to talk about utility, right? Why is it important? Why is buying this NFT important to this person? This may be one of the reasons that they bought this NFT. Like prior to it, like premeditated, was like, oh shit, I can. In the smart contract, it says that I can use the IP basically however I want, as long as it's not, like degrading the culture or whatever the fuck. I don't know what the exact contract says, but
Not making NFT porn.
yeah. Oh my god, that's insane. What the hell? Jesus Christ, you sick fuck.
Board ape porn. That's wild.
um yeah, so the idea of being able to use the IP, create a restaurant, it was actually, and not just one of them, like it's so the mutant ape side was like the vegan side, and then the regular board ape side was like the regular meat eater side, and combining those two together was also like, that's pretty dope, and very much like young hip vibe to it too. So the fact that they're expanding now means that they obviously are doing well enough to expand. So congratulations to the good folks that are working over there with More Than Hungry.
I think all the hate people give with NFTs, it's just that there's just so many like the utility thing. It's a real thing that makes NFTs that makes
Yes,
the NFT technology valuable in the long term.
correct.
It's just like, bro, it's just the fact that you can just have like a franchise more or less with it. It's just
That's
fucking
wild.
huge. You know what I'm saying?
And not NFT is like that. We got to make sure we clarify that. Not, and if every single NFT is going to give you the ability to use the IP however you want, like that's just not a thing. Is
Yeah,
it better? Is it worse? To me, it seems like it's cool. Like I like it.
yeah, it's definitely better than the bullshit ass fucking just photos of monkeys or whatever the fuck people are doing.
Yeah, a lot of
Collectible shit is
copycats.
dope, but it's just like,
Yes,
but the utility stuff, like it makes NFTs actually practical when they actually have like the stuff that they are going to be doing,
correct,
from gym memberships to concert tickets to
correct, correct.
fucking
And that
country
owner,
clubs.
the value is, again, talking, because we got to go back to technology. The value is that owner could prove that they own that just without even have to do anything. Like it's there. It's on the blockchain. It's not like they have to like go somewhere, provide a certificate of authenticity. It's on the internet for everybody to see, and nobody can fuck with it and take it out and be like, no, like I own it now. No, it's there on the internet for everybody to see. That shit is there. It's there. It's proofed.
Yeah, it's on wax. It's on
It's on
wax
wax.
forever and ever.
Yes, factuals. Let's talk a little bit about more big players in the space involving themselves in the space, because as we know, big corporations don't fuck around when it comes to getting involved with new shit, especially when it
They
comes to,
definitely don't.
yeah, nah, they
All
don't,
about
because
their
why?
bread.
All about their bready, and they got to. The thing is that, okay, this is something that we didn't mention before. The thing about big corporations, especially public corporations, is that they don't just answer to themselves; they have to answer to us. If you're a shareholder, they have to answer to us, like they do. If they're not performing, they got to tell, they got, why are you not performing? What's going on? Or they have to show the fact that they're not performing. So if they're trying to make a move, it's usually because they want to perform. They want to bolster up their company, so it builds their name, their brand, so that they get more money, and so that you can get more money, either in the form of dividends or your stock price going up or whatever. So that's something important to know. So why would a company like grand old Disney want to involve themselves in a space like this? Who knows? They know something. They know something. Obviously, they've been talking to a lot of folks. I'm sure they've been consulting with outside people, inside people. I know they have a lot of young talent because I follow them on LinkedIn. Like it's dope to see it happening. So basically, let me pull it up actually. Basically, Disney is they have an accelerator program. It's mostly for like AR, NFT, and AI experiences. And I believe for one of the NFT experiences, they are, or NFT sectors of their accelerator, they chose Polygon, right? And just as a very very basic top level looking down on Polygon, why you would choose Polygon instead of Ethereum, or why you would choose Solana instead of Ethereum. Polygon and Solana were built to be light, they were built to be fast, and they were built to be cheap.
Yep.
So less gas, faster transactions, and just a lighter framework. So that's like the most basic way I could describe that.
Bigger facts. Snapchat is also getting into NFTs, and
Not
Snapchat
surprised.
always being one of the faster players in the game as far as doing stuff. I think they were like the OG filter users. Like I feel like they really took the filter and like the face aspect of morphing into other shit to the things really big in the beginning, and them being one of the first people to add like the AR or the augmented like little digital guys moving around and shit too. So I'm excited
Yeah,
that
that's
they're
AR.
doing NFTs. That's AR.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
I'm excited to see how they integrate everything in there as far as like, are you going to make your NFTs in your face? You know what I mean? Like once you buy or whatever, you're going to be that. You can have your filter only for you and your NFT project. It's going to be super duper awesome to see.
Snapchat's a sleeper, bro. They're sleepers.
They're fun.
Yes, man. It's awesome.
It's super fucking awesome. And other news of big corporations in NFT space, Chevy, good old Chevrolet, decided
what
to
what happened with the good old Chevy? What they doing? What are they doing up there in Michigan?
They made an NFT project which gave away a free Corvette 706, a Z06, whatever the fuck that is. I don't even know. But anyway, they had a project, green car NFT. You buy the NFT, you get the car, and no one bid on that shit.
What do you mean that nobody, like, what you told me this earlier? Full disclosure, Dom told me about this earlier, but he didn't really go into detail. So what do you mean that nobody bid on it? I know everybody knew about it, or at least the people that are car enthusiasts knew about it. Nobody decided to bid on it at all? Or nobody decided to bid high enough? What the hell?
They did it during the auction. They through hold on.
That sounds crazy. I could see it. Sure? Go ahead. I could see it being a thing where like they set like a reserve price and nobody met the reserve price, because I think that's how a lot of auctions work. So if nobody met the reserve price, then it was like, okay, we're not gonna. This is not gonna be a thing that goes through on auction. Like we're just gonna drop it, maybe come back at another auction. That's crazy. Nobody decided to bid on it, because those especially on Turo, that specific car brand model. If I'm not mistaken, that's a Stingray. That motherfucker goes ham, bro. Like it goes for one of the highest on it, and especially out here in LA where you can like drive with the top down and shit. Like it's one of those. It's one of them there.
Yeah. So they had it on from June. They had it from June 20th to June 24th. Actually, I don't want to put that date out there. I don't like that date. So they had it last month. So they had it last month on Super Rare, which is another NFT marketplace. They oversaw the auction, and it'd be up for 24 hours. And no one bid. They had it for 4 days, and no one bid on it. Then they extended it after the last day to in case people missed the opportunity, and no one bid. So the auction was up for about 5 days. 5 days total. So it wasn't like they like did a normal mint process. They did it like an auction, or like you come in and bid, blah blah blah. So it was out there for 5 days total, and no one bought it. But then most NFT products aren't even in that format anyway. They're not typically in auction. So like that's not a normal way to do it inside the space anyway. So they kind of fucked up.
Didn't Gary do like a Dutch auction for his first one?
He did do a Dutch auction, but it was still like in the same format, because there was a lot of stuff you could have bought at once and minted it. You know what I mean? It wasn't just like one thing. Like he wasn't just if it was like him, like you got a gift goat for 5 days, you can buy that one gift goat, and then like it just wasn't the more I think about how they did it, it wasn't that natural for how most people bought NFTs in general. So do your homework, Chevy. Step your shit up.
That's for real. That's like you know what that probably felt like for them? It's probably like when you post a photo and you get no likes, you gotta like take it down and put it back up again.
Damn, they got no likes. That's crazy.
You gotta take it down, put it back up again, like it never happened. They said, let's extend it. That's the takedown. Extending your auction as a big brand is the takedown of the picture.
It definitely is a takedown, bro. Like they extended, like, oh man, hey, it's like shooting a shot, and I was like, oh, did you get my DM? I sent it a couple days ago.
Did you get my DM, bro? Text him. You text him. Did you get my DM?
Hey, did you get? Oh shit, yeah, bro. But yeah, they got some stepping up to do. So all the big the corporations will see how they end up taking things on.
Oh yeah.
And us being in the bear market, with things going down in crypto and like, money as a whole, but definitely in the crypto and NFT space, OpenSea has let go of a lot of people. OpenSea, the company, the biggest NFT buying platform currently, and they let
Yes.
go of a lot of their people, which is big to say because they were one of the biggest players over the past year and a half, 18-ish months, that they lay off 20% of their staff to prepare for a long-term downturn.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that sell the NFTs are saying we gotta let people go because we're going to be in a downturn.
Yeah.
Then things are going to be a little bit colder for a little bit while for the NFT space. At least
Yeah. So
that's what I can assume from them making that move.
yes. So in a lot of industries right now, people are getting, laid off, and it's not like a mass layoff yet. It's not like anything to worry about. But there are companies that are taking steps like in mortgages because interest rates are raising. There are companies laying off their employees because people aren't buying homes or borrowing as much money as they used to. If people were to stop buying medicine for whatever reason, pharmaceutical companies would be laying off their people. So in crypto, if there's no liquidity coming into the space of cryptocurrency, if people aren't buying cryptocurrency or selling it or whatever, they're not. That means those companies that own these platforms aren't receiving money to be paying their people as much as they should. They have their business, they have margins they need to take care of, and in every business, there's going to be some sort of layoffs, whether it's mass layoffs or layoffs of people that aren't performing. This seems like more of like a tactical, oh shit, we need to cover our ass. Let's make sure that we keep our margins where they're supposed to be, because like I said, they're not just answering to themselves. I'm sure they're answering to like outside investors and whatnot. So
Yep.
I'm not gonna say I approve of it or I don't approve of it. I just think that they did what they had to do.
Hey, they gotta do what they gotta do, man. Because like if they ain't buying, then OpenSea ain't doing shit. So
Exactly.
the issue would be in the marketplace. But yeah, anything else you want to tell the folks, Ozzy?
Oh, same old. Try new shit. That's it.
Yes, try new shit. Blockchain here to stay, and have a great day. You can follow me. You can follow me at Dom Jackson 747.
You can follow me at OAMJR and High Skies LLC.
You can follow us both on Instagram at Two Somethings in a Pod.
And you could follow us on Twitter at 2_somethings. Toodaloo.
Watching.
Bye.
Take care. Subscribe, all that good shit. Bitches.
Yes, please. Oh shit.